Slaney's looking out for you guys. You girls, everybody.
14th and 15th, both of them featuring L7 and Neil Young and Crazy Horse as guest acts, and both of them pro-choice benefits. Tickets for these shows will not be made available through Ticketmaster, of course, but will be distributed through a mail-order lottery, and those wanting to enter will have to do so before the end of Wednesday, January 4th. You should send a postcard to Voters for Choice, Post Office Box 97014, Washington, D.C. 20090-7014. The card should include name, address, and the phone number at which the entrant can be reached on the nights of January 10th and 11th, when winners will be notified and told how to pay and where to pick up their tickets, which cost $25 each and are limited to one pair per person. Voters for Choice is a group that works to elect political candidates who support the right of women to obtain abortions. Pearl Jam's Vitology album, meanwhile, falls from number 2 to number 3 this week in its third week on the Billboard chart. Here's a quick look at the rest of the Billboard top
22nd anniversary weight abortion decision. Pearl Jam hasn't toured recently. The band is locked in a bitter legal battle with Ticketmaster over the fees it charges fans.
And if there was any doubt that a whole lot of people want to see Pearl Jam live again, it was dispelled by the more than 175,000 requests for tickets that came pouring in for two shows for which a total of only 7,500 seats were available. Pearl Jam held a press conference before the first concert at which singer Eddie Vedder had this to say.
This is not our usual job here, is doing press conferences. Usually we would just feel like playing was enough and bringing attention to the issue and addressing the 3,000 people who show up tonight or whatever would be fine. But in this case, things are getting a little insane out there, and we thought that maybe it would be productive to have some kind of press conference or bring a little extra attention to it.
They're good men with good hearts, and they fight for your right to reproductive freedom just as they fight for your right not to be ripped off by Ticketmaster.
I probably wouldn't be so public with this if I didn't feel like I knew almost every angle of this issue. I know the adoption angle. I know what it's like to be 15 and be in the situation to make a decision, have to make a decision. I mean, terminating a pregnancy is not an easy thing.
No one is pro-abortion. No one. The question only is who makes that decision. We would all here go to the same length to keep anyone from being forced to have an abortion, didn't wish to have one, as we would to make sure that it's a safe alternative.
This is a waste of time for us. We hate this. We'd rather be doing, rock for feeding people or, voters for curing AIDS. This is a waste of time. This is something that should have been resolved 20 years ago.
The act of love was slowly pounding, slowly pounding, slowly pounding.
While the concert had its stated purpose in raising $100,000 for Voters for Choice, it wasn't necessarily clear where the crowd stood on the issue of abortion. The people we found were just desperate to see Pearl Jam.
I've been waiting a long time to see these guys, but they never get around.
I'm mostly here just to see Pearl Jam. I'm not for abortion, man.
As for the level of enthusiasm people have here, they're here to see Pearl Jam or whatever, and that's fine with me. Pearl Jam's raising money for Voters for Choice. I think it's a good cause, and I'm very happy about that.
I got a letter from a woman recently that said, until you have a uterus, I wish you would keep your mouth shut on this issue. If I agreed with that woman and said, okay, until I have a uterus, I surrender, I'll stay out of this. And everybody, all the men agreed with that, then we wouldn't have an issue, because the people heading this kind of radical right, we're talking about like middle-aged, upper-class, white men. So if they get out of it, I'll get out of it, no problem.
By
by the way, that was Mudhoney drummer Dan Peters sitting in there with L7, which still is an all-female band. Drummer Dee Plakis is recovering from surgery for carpal tunnel syndrome, a wrist affliction. She expects to be back in action in about a month. Pearl Jam leaves for a tour of Asia next month, but the band says it will find a way to tour the States this summer somehow, maybe distributing tickets by lottery again.